So once again, I was just minding my own business, but ever since I posted that video about Mendeecees, the algorithm's been acting wild. Now I can't even scroll through Instagram without seeing post after post after post about him. Then boom, I came across this blogger out of Atlanta who shared even more exclusive audio clips of Mendeecees, supposedly talking to his side chick. Now, when Tasha K mentioned she had a super reliable source, I'm starting to think this was the source she was referring to. Now look, the first audio Tasha K dropped didn't really sound like him to me. Then, it kind of did. Then it didn't again. Honestly, it came off more like some AI-generated mess, real robotic. Something just felt off. But then Mendeecees went live last night looking totally unbothered. He mentioned possibly getting his lawyers involved, but I joined late, so by the time I hit record, he was just wrapping it up. Yandy? Also unbothered. She was out celebrating her birthday, like none of this even fazed her. And honestly, this is probably the last type of drama she wanted during her birthday weekend. Now here's where it really gets messy. That ATL-based blogger I mentioned, their Instagram is at SweetTeethBlog22, and baby, like I said, they posted additional audio clips of Mendeecees talking to the alleged mistress. And these sound exactly like him. I'll let y'all hear for yourselves in a second. But here's the wild part. That same blogger claims Mendeecees was out here liking the very posts that exposed him. Like, sir, are you trying to get caught? Or is this whole situation just a love and hip-hop storyline in motion? Because honestly, it's giving scripted drama. Or maybe he wants to get caught. Yandy, maybe he's waiting on you to leave him, and you just won't. I really don't know what's going on anymore. Maybe they're trying to raise the stakes and snatch the messiest couple crowned from Rashida and Kirk. And honestly, exploiting your relationship for a check is crazy. But anyway, let me pull up the receipts.
Is that a invite to get house? I meant to say, I'll tell you what. Since you don't like using social media, you can send it directly to me. That way, I love to like to stay, watch TV, lay up, eat good food, sexual. I like everything. I'm a super fan of someone that's like have like real high sex energy, and I just that love and peace, that'll make me match that energy, and keep up. I could definitely keep up. So I drink, right? But them time I feel like I want to perform, so I don't want to think about nothing but just putting it down and you know.
So they putting me onto some shit that I need to do or they gonna do for me. So this is where they wanted to meet and talk. So I'm about to leave in a few minutes, but I just popped on live while I sit here and let them do their lawyer talk. Good? Yeah, over there. Great, yeah. She's going live. Yeah, I already know. Some of these bitches is out of trouble. They're here to weigh him down. Not all of us. But a lot of them. I'm not gonna be out soon. Yeah. I'm getting mad soon. Nigga, I already know, nigga. I already know. Whenever you ready, let me know, nigga. I want to see what. Alright, y'all.
He likes to chill, watch TV, and lay up. And you know what? I believe it. I bet you do, sir. I bet you do. Now listen, y'all. These new audio clips, they sound way more like him than the ones Tasha K dropped. And let me just say this, Mendeecees has never really struck me as dumb. Now, I don't know this man personally, not even a little bit, but just judging by how he's carried himself over the years, he doesn't give me sloppy cheater energy. Don't get it twisted though. He absolutely gives cheater energy, just not the type to be careless and get caught slipping. He's always seemed real calculated, quiet, low-key. So, if he did cheat, and by the way, I'm convinced he did, but if he did, I doubt he'd be out here leaving voice messages like that. Come on now, he's not the type to leave a trail. At least, that's what I thought. Which is exactly why I'm giving this whole situation the side eye. Is this real? Or is it just another love and hip-hop storyline? Because it's starting to feel very scripted. But listen, I'm not going to sit here and act like folks haven't been whispering about Mendeecees for a long time. The street's been talking, baby. The whispers have been whispering. So sure, some of this could be storyline fluff, but let's not get it twisted. There's truth mixed up in this mess. Let's not forget, Zell was the first one to put this out there. Zelbin exposed Mendeecees, and folks just brushed it off like it was nothing. Now all of a sudden, audio clips popping up? Bloggers dropping exclusives? Tasha K jumping into the mix? Yeah, they're definitely turning up the drama this season. But all that aside, Mendeecees, you out here doing dirt.
Point blank.
Period. And just as I was wrapping up this video, some new receipts landed in my lap. And baby, I might have to walk back what I said about him not being a sloppy cheater because he definitely left a trail.
So here's the scoop.
Sweet Tea the blog got in touch with the alleged mistress, and they exchanged text messages. They're right here if you want to see them. Do y'all want me to read them? Oh, you do? Okay, let's go. So the bloggin says, "Hey, I know you want to stay anonymous, but can you give me a few dates that you met up with Mendeecees?" The alleged mistress responds, "I really don't want to say too much, but I was with him on March 15th, 2023. That's the same day he filmed Club Shaw. I also saw him in Las Vegas on February 3rd, 2023. Girl, proofread." Then the blogger asks, "Was he alone when you met up with him?" And the alleged mistress says, "No, he was with the gatekeeper, Shannon Styles, Hollywood." The blogger replies, "Oh, I see. The dates make sense now. Was Shannon in Las Vegas too?" And the mistress confirms, yes. They were there celebrating Shannon's cognac. Phew, chilly. And if that wasn't enough, she says she has a video proving she was there. Now, she didn't show her face, but still, check this out. So, once again, I was just minding my own business. But ever since I posted that video about Mendeecees, the algorithm's been acting wild. Now I can't even scroll through Instagram without seeing post after post after post about him. Then boom, I came across this blogger out of Atlanta who shared even more exclusive audio clips of Mendeecees, supposedly talking to his side chick. Now, when Tasha K mentioned she had a super reliable source, I'm starting to think this was the source she was referring to. Now look, the first audio Tasha K dropped didn't really sound like him to me. Then it kind of did. Then it didn't. Again. Honestly, it came off more like some AI-generated mess. Real robotic. Something just fell off. But then, Mendeecees went live last night looking totally unbothered. He mentioned possibly getting his lawyers involved, but I joined late. So by the time I hit record, he was just wrapping it up. Yandy? Also unbothered. She was out celebrating her birthday, like none of this even fazed her. And honestly, this is probably the last type of drama she wanted during her birthday weekend. Now here's where it really gets messy. That ATL-based blogger I mentioned, their Instagram is at SweetTeaTheBlog22. And baby, like I said, they posted additional audio clips of Mendeecees talking to the alleged mistress. And these sound exactly like him. I'll let y'all hear for yourselves in a second. But here's the wild part. That same blogger claims Mendeecees was out here liking the very posts that exposed him. Like, sir, are you trying to get caught? Or is this whole situation just a love and hip-hop storyline in motion? Because honestly, it's giving scripted drama. Or maybe he wants to get caught. Yandy, maybe he's waiting on you to leave him, and you just won't. I really don't know what's going on anymore. Maybe they're trying to raise the stakes and snatch the messiest couple crowned from Rashida and Kirk. And honestly, exploiting your relationship for a check is crazy. But anyway, let me pull up the receipts. It started with whispers. Then came the accusations. Now there are receipts, photos, and a public confession that has the internet in a chokehold. For years, Yandy Smith and Mendeecees Harris stood tall as love and hip-hop Atlanta's power couple, weathering rumors, prison bids, and cast feuds like unbreakable partners. But that image is cracking fast. Because while Mendeecees has been accused of cheating in the past, this time it's Yandy in the hot seat and the evidence is way too detailed to ignore. A former friend has come forward. Screenshots are flying across social media. A London-based trainer named Michael Aduse just broke his silence, and fans are asking the question no one ever thought they'd have to ask. Was Yandy Smith sneaking across the globe for a secret affair while her marriage slowly crumbled behind the scenes? From Kirk and Rashida throwing fuel on the fire, to Jasmine Washington's messy revenge, to a scandal that's now international, this is the most shocking twist in the Yandy and Mendeecees story yet. And trust, this ain't just gossip anymore, this is war. Long before the cheating receipts hit the internet, this storm had already been brewing. And it all started when Yandy Smith stepped into a fight that wasn't hers to begin with. At the time, Kirk and Rashida were once again caught up in drama, with Jasmine Washington, the woman who famously had a child with Kirk during his scandalous affair. Yandy, trying to be the peacemaker or maybe just loyal to Rashida, stepped in and called Jasmine out. She thought she was defending a friend. But Jasmine? She took it personally. Instead of backing down, Jasmine clapped back with a bomb of her own. She alleged that Mendeecees, Yandy's husband, was out here doing dirt too. Jasmine claimed she knew a woman who had allegedly been involved with Mendeecees behind Yandy's back. The woman, according to Jasmine, was too scared to speak up publicly, but the accusation was clear. Mendeecees wasn't faithful either. And that's where things really started to spiral. Yandy was blindsided. What began as her stepping in to back Rashida quickly turned into her defending her own marriage.
And it didn't end there.
Because later in the season, Jasmine pulled up again, this time with a friend by her side, and things turned physical. A scuffle broke out. Emotions flared. The line between friendship and betrayal got blurrier by the minute. That moment planted the first real seed of doubt in the viewers' minds. If Jasmine was lying, why was Yandy so defensive? And if she was telling the truth, how deep did the rabbit hole really go? Turns out this was just the beginning. As the dust settled from the chaos with Jasmine, fans expected Kirk and Rashida to finally take accountability for the mess that started it all. But instead of clearing things up, the Frost decided to add even more smoke, and this time, they came for Yandy and Mendeecees directly. During a sit-down with Carlos King, Kirk and Rashida were asked about the fallout and whether they believed the cheating rumors surrounding Mendeecees. Rather than shut it down, Rashida dropped a subtle but pointed bombshell. She and Kirk had heard those same rumors too. Then, just when fans thought they were done, Rashida insinuated something even messier, suggesting that Mendeecees and Yandy might be in an open marriage. That one statement flipped the entire conversation. Because now, it wasn't just about whether Mendeecees had stepped out, it was about whether Yandy even cared. Or whether both of them were quietly doing their own thing behind closed doors while keeping up appearances for the cameras. To some fans, it felt like deflection. Kirk and Rashida had been dragged for years over their infidelity scandals, and now it looked like they were trying to shift the heat. But to others, it sounded like something they'd only say if they really knew something. Yandy, of course, didn't take the accusation lightly. Her image, her marriage, her brand, it was all being thrown into question. But instead of fighting back right away, she went quiet. And that silence? It only made the rumors louder. Just when fans thought the chaos had cooled off, a new scandal erupted, this time with Yandy squarely in the hot seat. And unlike the vague cheating rumors that haunted Mendeecees, these allegations came with names, dates, and jaw-dropping receipts. Enter Bryant Jameson, Yandy's former friend and longtime hairstylist. Out of nowhere, Bryant came forward with a bombshell that blindsided everyone. He claimed Yandy didn't just betray her marriage, she betrayed him, too. According to Bryant, Yandy used his birthday as a cover story for a trip to London. But the trip wasn't for celebration. He alleged it was to meet up with a man she was secretly involved with. The consequences? Devastating. Bryant said his partner believed he was cheating during the trip when in reality, it was allegedly Yandy who was sneaking around. And when Bryant begged her to clear up the misunderstanding, he says she went silent, choosing to protect her own name rather than his relationship. At first, fans were skeptical. This sounded personal, maybe even bitter. But then Bryant did something that turned the whole situation on its head. He dropped receipts. We're talking photos of a hotel room allegedly booked by Yandy. Pictures of her and the man she was supposedly meeting. He didn't just throw out accusations, he backed them up with visuals. And the internet? It exploded. What started as whispers about Mendeecees turned into full-blown cheating claims against Yandy, with her own inner circle doing the exposing. And worse, the man at the center of the scandal had yet to say a word. But that was about to change. When Bryant dropped the alleged hotel photos and accused Yandy of sneaking off to London, all eyes turned to one man, Michael Aduse. At first, he was just a name floating in the background of a scandal, a fitness trainer based in London, quiet on social media, with no real public ties to the love and hip-hop universe. But that silence didn't last long. Because while the internet spiraled into speculation, Michael finally broke his silence, and what he said sent shockwaves through the entire fanbase. In a simple but direct Instagram story, Michael wrote, "Out of respect for everyone involved, I've stayed silent as the internet did what it does. But to be clear, yes, I was involved with Yandy Smith. And it wasn't just a one-time situation. It happened over a period of time. That one post changed everything."
He didn't dodge. He didn't deny.
He owned it. And with one sentence, confirmed what fans had only dared to speculate. This wasn't a rumor. This wasn't an angry stylist exaggerating. This was a real affair, acknowledged by the man at the center of it all. Michael went on to say he wouldn't be speaking on the situation again. No interviews, no drama, just one clean statement and a request for privacy. But by then, the damage was already done. Fans now had both the receipts and the confession. And if what Michael said was true,